Nation. We thought we'd do a special little report just because we have some progress, right? Something happened.
Progression.
Progression, right? For all you don't speak weird Italian. We have a GM again, which is nice because then we didn't have one because they got rid of him. Poor, lonely GM. John Spytek.
I'm gonna call him the spy hunter. We playing spy games. Y'all heard that here first. So anybody get to saying that, I have to trademark that. Yeah, he's the spy hunter. We gonna see how he pick his drafts now. The spy hunter.
If he can do it,
right.
Just I'm not necessarily saying you have to pick Hunter, just because. Just saying.
If he can get Hunter.
Travis. Anyway, we're gonna move on.
Right, my bad.
Spytek is he's the man, right? So I think what this says is that there was a specifically certain person in our organization that was clearly focused on getting the proper GM that he felt comfortable with in place, right? I think it's pretty clear now that they happened on separate days because they were separate decisions. And, he did not want to bring Antonio Pierce back as head coach. I agree with that fully. I was a bit shocked about the GM thing. I think everybody was a little bit, right? Even people inside the organization were like, oh, I didn't know that was coming. But should have seen it coming. I mean, if you think about it, you bring in a new guy who's running football. What is he going to do? He's going to want to bring in his own GM that fits with what he wants to do and he trusts and all that good stuff. Like this guy that was here, whatever, I don't really know him. No one really knows him because he doesn't talk to anybody. But that's neither here nor there.
I'm not opposed to people that don't like to talk to people. Because 68.2% or more people are not.
Listen, I hear you, man.
It's the elevator don't go to the top floor. Like
I have to remember to say hello and stop and all that good stuff. Because
he probably do all that. I don't think he like that. I just think that he be doing it moving. I just think he's, hey, how you doing? It ain't like he could be like, hey, that was a great game. He walking by like, y'all fucking up my draft picks.
He like, man,
I'm gonna get fired. I'm doing good. I'm gonna get fired. That's what he was thinking the whole time.
Y'all can get fired. And then you can do about it. When you that bad, you all gonna get fired. It's just a matter of time, bro. You can't really avoid that. They was bad. They lost 10 games in a row. And then threw all that away. So we got a new GM. And Brady likes him. And Brady no likey Coupon Tom. I think we're going to probably go and get the quarterback that Brady wants. Because pretty sure he wants a quarterback. I wonder what quarterback that would be. I mean, if only we had a clue as to who Brady liked in this draft. Oh wait,
we're not getting Shador now. Now I think about it.
Are you sure?
It's too good to be. That's too much like right, bro. That's too much like right.
Or is it too Brady?
No, I mean like it's too Brady, but now it's just too much like right, bro. Because this whole thing with Johnson kind of showed me he got pulled, but he ain't got all the pull yet. You gotta give him like a year or two to.
Listen,
don't know, bro.
When did everything go left according to all these reports, right? In the last like 24 hours, all of a sudden, you mean after Brady announced that game where he had the least responsible person on his team who Detroit fans mocked as basically the J.R. Smith of their squad, try to throw a pass in a critical situation, and he threw it off his back foot for interception. That coordinator?
You called him the J.R. Smith?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Bomani Jones said it the best. That man was humping the end zone and had to
Yeah,
be told, you
he was
can't hump the end zone on national TV.
he was tripping. Well, he kind of just ended up in that position and just went with it, but then he should have knew better. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, bro, what is you doing? You should have got two. You should have got 2 pumps and a grind. You was down there going to work.
I'm like, it's been like 5 minutes. This nigga's
Right. And the camera was like, all right, let's get it off him.
He had a lot of hot and bothered females in the world out there. Like, oh my god,
right?
I didn't know.
So like yeah, I don't know, man. I kind of think the Raiders pick Spytek was like a double. You know what I'm saying? Like all things considering, because I think they got rid of the GM for wrong reasons. Unless we saying that TB12 backdoor Telesco because that wasn't his GM. He want to be able to have his GM. So that could be a very real thing. You know what I'm saying?
Guy. I mean,
So he got his guy, right? Did he get his guy?
Yeah,
well, then we can't be mad.
And I bet you that's why there's no Ben Johnson. I think he put the front office being stable and something he trusts above any head coach he just met.
If that's the case, then I wholeheartedly agree.
Especially one that how much does he have? Like 9 months of actual coaching experience or something on his resume. I believe it is 9 months.
I'm just trying to figure out, Tom Brady, Spygate, Spytek, Spy Hunter, Spy Games.
Shout out to Western for pulling out the Spygate immediately when I let him know Spytek was the man. He was like, "It's Spygate 2.0." Yeah, so. Anything with Brady in it, it's a gate. It's just that.
And I just made the connection just then. So here we go.
Great minds thinking alike. So let's talk about Mr. Spytek, about who he is. Now he was the current assistant GM out there with the Bucs. So let's talk about that. What do you think about the Bucs roster? Right? Any thoughts there, CMIM, about the Bucs roster, and then you think that's it's well constructed? How have their drafts been? Let's think about that, right? So Spytek, let's look at when he decided to join the scene over there in for the Bucs, right? So let me see here. According to the Menlo brothers, Mr. Spytek is, he is my age. He was born, but 2 months after me in August. So he came to the Bucs, way back in 2016 as director of player personnel. Okay. And then just kind of moved up from there all the way to assistant GM. He was at one time vice president of player personnel when Brady was there. So director and vice president. So, he started as a scout. And looks like he was at first an intern for the Lions, but really kind of became a pro scout under the Eagles. 06, 07, 09, I believe. That's still Howie Roseman time. Is that? Am I? He's been there a while, right? Right, guys. Okay. How do we feel about Howie Roseman as a GM? Then spent a little time in Cleveland and got the hell out of there in 2 years because he's like, this is a dumpster fire. And was the Southwest area scout.
I mean, you do got to work in the kitchen and do the dishes and the garbage first. I mean, before you become the owner, at least, you know, you got to know what it's like, you know, what the bottom of the bottom look like, so you know where you could end up.
Shout out to the Browns fans out there.
Right. Shout out to the Browns fan.
You are dedicated. I'm gonna tell you something. Just to cheer for a team with that color scheme is.
The colorway is crazy. They started to make it look a little better.
They try, yeah. They really did. There's only so much you can do with that, though. You know,
they need to retro that brown.
It's not just brown, then you pair it with that orange, and it's like, bro.
Well, yeah, it's more the orange than the brown, actually.
Put them together, and you're like, you just hate me. Like, fuck my life, bro. Like, why I gotta wear this? Oh, I'm sorry. Anyway, thanks for rooting for a team with such questionable fashion decisions and, well, just decisions. I mean, period, right? Yeah, it's really yeoman's work. Thank you. So he's from Michigan. He's a ball player. He never got drafted though. Played at Michigan. Played at Catholic Memorial in Wisconsin. Ooh. Was he really from Wisconsin or Michigan? Is there a difference? Interesting. So let's look at this. He came to the Bucs in 2016. So what was the Bucs roster like in 2016, folks? Let's see what's happened since he arrived. Now, obviously, there's other people in the front office. Right? It's not just him. But there's a reason Brady picked him and not some of the other people. He must feel that he was somehow instrumental in some of the good decision making that happened. So let's see. So when 2016, when he got there, Jason Light was the GM. Oh man, Dirk Cutter was the head coach. You guys remember that? That's a flashback. Man, that lasted like one season, right? Actually, Dirk Cutter went 9-7. And let's see, they had 2 Pro Bowlers, 3 All Pros. And in that 2016 draft, which if he arrived in 2016, I wonder if he was part of this draft. But they took Hargraves, Noah Spence, and a kicker in the second round, Robert Agoya. That didn't work out well, did it? Caleb Bennick, nobody else of note, honestly, was in that draft. They had a 1, 2 2s, a 4, a 5, and a 6. Or 4, 5, and 2 6s. So they had their like a better version of a regular draft. So they really should have hit on that. Anyway, let's see. Yep. So Spytek comes in as director of player personnel under Jason Light, and then we got some scouting from different parts. All right, but that is the original team, and then they morphed. Right? They grew. They changed. Right? Let's see.
I want to know, who has he drafted?
Well, we're going there. So, 2017, and hold on. Not the whole season, just the Bucs. The Bucs tank that season. They go 5-11. Did not make the playoffs. This is the dirt cutter season I remember. And the offseason they signed Deshaun Jackson, Jacquizz Rodgers, the running back. They re-signed him. That's not really anything. Oh, they brought in Chris Baker, who at the time was 29 from the Redskins. J.J. Wilcox at free safety. Brought in a new kicker and a long snapper. Nothing really of note there. So mostly just re-signed their guys. Chris Conte, Josh Robinson, Joe Holly was the center. And then brought in Deshaun Jackson. You could say Chris Baker was a player. So the draft was Mike Glennon.
That was a quarterback, right?
Yep, 6'7". Russell Shepard. It's a pretty good pick. Akeem Spence. Bradley McDougald. Daryl Smith. Alteron Werner. Cecil Shorts. Vincent Jackson. And Godser Chirillis, the tackle. So, it's funny because the later picks are better. Vincent Jackson, Chirillis, Alteron Werner, Daryl Smith, Cecil Shorts. These are a player. They're effective players, right? Like Vincent Jackson was one of the better receivers for a while in our league, making a big splash. And he was, let's see, where was he drafted here? It's like 6th or 7th round. And wait, oh, this is not in order at all. Okay, so Vincent Jackson was actually the 2nd round pick. I don't know why they listed it out of order, but sorry guys, don't want to mislead you. But yeah, he was a 2nd round pick. It looks like this could be in any order. I'm not sure. I know Mike Glennon was the 1st round pick for them. Let's see. Russell Shepard. Let's see. Russell Shepard was actually kind of dope in college, to be honest.
So really his resume ain't like glaring. It's just that him and Tom Brady share visions, which is fine.
Oh, well, we just got through. I mean, I feel like some of these draft picks late here are like kind of cool. Like, I'm pretty amazing. Honestly. Oh, okay. No. Okay, not draft picks. Got it. Okay, got it. I misspoke, folks. Here's the draft. That's why I wasn't rounded. Okay. So these are just additions and subtractions. Okay. Now, the draft, first pick, 19th overall, they take OJ Howard. That makes sense. And then they got Justin Evans from Texas A&M in the 2nd round. Chris Godwin from Penn State, wide receiver, in the 3rd, along with Kendall Beckwith, the linebacker from LSU. They picked up Jeremy McNichols from Boise State. Remember Jeremy McNichols? Didn't he propose to his girlfriend or something in the game? And then they picked a D tackle from
what position he played?
Running back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that's a pretty damn good draft. You probably wanted more out of OJ Howard than you got, but he ended up being a really important player for them also, just as a all-around tight end. Wasn't as effective in the passing game as people thought he might be. But he run blocks, pass blocks, catches pretty well, all that good stuff for them. So he did a lot coming out of Alabama. And then Evans, Godwin, Beckwith, McNichols, all were different levels of important players for that team. Did they win a lot of games that year? No, but they got some draft picks in, and I think set things up moving forward. Right. So, what is your thoughts so far about his drafts?
No, I mean, it's cool because I was just seeing if there was some names on there that I could actually recognize. Because if not, then I'm like, what his visions don't work. I mean, like,
okay, so 2018.
Because even if your visions don't work and you pick a good player in the draft, that's still an upside because at least you was able to do something right.
This is where it gets started. So 2018, he actually moves up so he's right below Jason Light at this point as the director of player personnel, right? And so they draft first round Vita Vea. Yeah, that'll work. At number 12. And then they got Ronald Jones in the second round. And they had 3 second-round picks. Ronald Jones at 38. They picked MJ Stewart from UNC. I don't think that worked the way they thought it would. But Carlton Davis did. They got him 10 picks later. They got Alex Kappa.
For trip. This is actually coming from my baby daddy, my child's father, excuse me. He says he wants to know, am I wrong that I stopped showing affection to my woman because she... This is actually coming from my baby daddy.
Okay, we have our sound restored properly yet?
Yeah.
I think so. Okay, we're good. All right, so where were we? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. So Carlton Davis, Alex Kappa, a tackle from Humboldt State. So that's a steal. Jordan Whitehead, safety, Pittsburgh, playing pretty well. Yeah. And then Justin Watson was a wide receiver, Pennsylvania.
Excuse me.
So Vita Vea, one of the better players, been drafted in a long time. Obviously, Pro Bowl. We'll see how he finishes his career out, but he's one of those dudes. I know you like Vita Vea, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. So that was a first round pick. And we're taking our time to go through this, guys, because he's our GM. And it's going to matter. How do we feel about his drafting? Because he's replacing somebody who has shown that they can draft, right? So the 2019 Bucs go 7-9. They have Mike Evans as a Pro Bowler, and Chris Godwin and Shaquille Barrett are all Pro second team players. They turn around and draft the 2019 draft. Wow. Okay. Devin White, Sean Murphy Bunting, Jamel Dean. Now I don't know, I think people who watch know these guys are better corners in our league. Mike Edwards at safety from Kentucky. Anthony Nelson. He got Pro Bowl kicker Matt Gay in the 5th round. And Scotty Miller in the 6th. So Devin White's a Pro Bowler. Jamel Dean, Murphy Bunting, both of them might end up being one day as well. So they got 2 already Pro Bowlers and 2 possibles. So it's a pretty good draft. That's the kind of draft you're looking for? that's what you were calling for.
Yeah, he actually he gets to come in the club. He cool.
He's invited in.
Let's see how he acts first, though. Let's see how he acts.
Right. So 2020, the Bucs go 7-9, because no matter what, the Bucs go 7-9. Until something changed. What was that? Oh, Tom Brady. So Tom Brady shows up, and so does Bruce Arians, and they run the Tom Brady offense, and they won the Super Bowl after going 11-5. And the Pro Bowlers, the Pro Bowler is Jason Pierre-Paul. Devin White and Levante David were all pros. So, pretty good draft pick there, Devin White. So, in that draft, free agency is crazy later. So, Tom Brady shows up, right? And the roster gets kind of remade. They already had Shaquille Barrett. They kept him around. They had players like Kevin Minter and Jaden Mickens and Jason Pierre-Paul and Ndamukong Suh played on that team. So did Jameis. Oh no, they let Jameis go. That's right. Jameis did not play on that team. They let him go. But they're pretty good roster management there. And then the draft. Oh, they made a trade. They traded for Gronkowski. Just took a. What did they trade? Oh, 7th for Gronkowski. But it also cost them. Gain them a compensatory pick, I believe. No, cost them. Whatever. So, 4th round pick in 2020. Yeah, so they had to pay. And they also traded for Steve McLendon from the Jets, the nose tackle. And in the draft, we have another home run. We got Tristan Wirth at 13. He's a Pro Bowler. Antoine Winfield Jr. in the 2nd round. Keyshawn Vaughn, the running back from Vanderbilt, didn't really shake out in the 3rd. But Tyler Johnson, wide receiver, Minnesota, played very well in his career. He's continuing to play well. And then some other guys in the 6th round. We got Khalil Davis and some running back that I've never heard of before. But first 2 rounds, home runs. 5th round was a steal. I think it's a pretty darn good draft. What do you think, Black?
And what was the team? What was this team?
He picked. So they went 11-5.
What was the team?
The Bucs.
Yeah. I was thinking the Bucs. Yeah, because I was thinking. I remember that year that they did have a good draft, although they didn't. I'm talking about as far as addressing the needs and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so he was really proactive, and then plus, so he had a relationship with Brady back then too.
Yeah, Brady came in and was the guy in 2020. They signed Brady, LaShawn McCoy, Leonard Fournette, Antonio Brown.
You would say that twice. I like AB sometimes.
Jaden Mickens.
He one of them guys. Remember we was talking about earlier. There's a walking sound bite. Sometimes he's gonna say something, and you're gonna be like, "Dang, yeah, he's one of them." Yeah, he's one of them. And then he's gonna say something really equally dumbly profound. So,
oh yeah, he will embarrass the hell out of you. And then at some point he'll say something really smart. Like, damn, if y'all would just listen to that crazy nigga.
Right.
He crazy though. It's all head hits. So, what's good, Creepy Raider? Thanks for coming by. I think if they surprised me on so early, I might have to put the word out there in the streets. Let me link this so people know we're here. But Yeah, I feel like in that year, you know, the draft picks really. Tristan Wirfs started immediately. Antoine Winfield had a big impact as a rookie. I even think Keyshawn Vaughn got some carries that year.
Yeah,
And,
no, I'm just looking at the ability to make things happen, good, bad, or indifferent. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't judge the decision or the call until it plays out. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to know if you have the ability to get people, or do you have the ability to acknowledge the roster, or how much effort does it take for you to do that? So that way, when we have a need, is it something we gotta look like? Well, the only way we can get that guy is if we give him all of Max Crosby guaranteed money. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, what, looking at how he got Brady and the Bucs together. I mean, like, yeah, I mean, spyware.
Hey. So here comes, a secret agent man.
Right.
In 2021, the Bucs go 13-4. They win the division for the first time. They won the wild card round against the Eagles, but lost to the Rams by 3 in the divisional playoffs. The team had 9 Pro Bowlers, 2 of which were all pro. The free agent additions continue to be crazy. They brought in Shaquille Barrett. They officially signed Antonio Brown to a 1-year deal after that playoff thingy that he did. Ross Cockrell, Levante David resigned. They brought back Blaine Gabbert and Chris Godwin and Ryan Griffin and Rob Gronkowski. And just a lot.
Didn't they bring in Fournette at some time? Didn't they bring Fournette in too, which was big?
The year before. Yeah, he came the year with Brady, same year. And then this offseason, they brought in Giovanni Bernard and Richard Sherman. In the draft, they had obviously the worst pick because they won Super Bowl. In the 32nd pick, they picked Joey Tryon, the pass rusher from Washington State. No, I was up there. He's a pretty violent dude who needed to develop some technique at the time. Second round, they took Kyle Trask from Florida. They probably thought that dude was really going to be like the quarterback of the future guy or whatever. I don't know about this quarterback record so far. Anyway, Robert Hainsey. The tackle from Notre Dame. And then they took Jalen Darden. He was one of those draft freaky dudes who went to North Texas and then ran like, really good 40 time, that sort of stuff. And caught everything. So we got KJ Britt, Chris Wilcox. Let's see. And then, Grant Stewart. I don't really know him. But Chris Wilcox, Jalen Darden, Joey Tryon's pretty okay for a 32nd pick. This draft is pretty nondescript. It's got some players in it, but no real impact there. Do you agree? What do you guys think, chat? What do you think about his ability to draft right now? Does he have the it thing? Let's see. We got 2022. And this would be, I believe, Brady's final year down there in Tampa. And they go 8-9. And they lose in the wild card to the Cowboys. And let's see. Okay. He on February 1st, 2022, so like right after The previous season was completed. Brady retired, and they removed head coach Bruce Arians and went with Todd Bowles. And Todd Bowles was the 9th head coach under Jason Light. 9. I'm a little bit stunned that anybody would give somebody 9 head coaches to get through. Pretty crazy. That's what happened. Let's see here. What's the draft look like? Okay, so.
My bad. Somebody's banging on the door like they was the feds.
Oh, I gotta check that.
It was damn UPS people. Like, what the heck?
Like it's an emergency every time.
You trying to catch a 223 through the door or something?
Mm-hmm. See, I like this draft again. Okay, so they traded the number 27 pick to Jacksonville. I don't know what Jacksonville gave them.
Mm-hmm.
But they got 33 for Logan Hall, the D tackle. And they got Luke Gideke, whatever, from Central Michigan. Also, he's offensive tackle. 3rd round, they traded their last 2nd round pick to Buffalo for who knows what. But the 3rd round, they used it on Rashad White. 4th round was Cade Otton. 5th round, Zion McCollum.
That's not good.
Yeah. Huh?
I don't remember too many of them.
Cade Otton, not a bad tight end. Rashad White, pretty good running back. We saw him a little bit this year. Zion McCollum from Sam Houston State was actually a real steal there in the 5th round. It's a good corner.
I'm like you now. What's quarterbacks? Drafting quarterbacks now.
Well,
I'm with you on that. Because he could draft, but can he draft QBs?
That is a whole other ballgame. Because scouting QBs is not the same as scouting any other position in football. There's a lot of nuance and interpretation, and you can't really scout a quarterback without kind of.
Well, Tom Brady there to do that, so.
Yeah, but scouting them to that's true. That's true. You know, he's basically got every kind of.
Because you ain't gonna walk in there with any quarterback talking about, well, he's gonna be. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, he's gonna critique.
He's gonna be like, I might as well go put on number 12 and go play.
Aiden's like, I still wear that number.
Like you said. So you're saying there's a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance. Listen.
Man, Aiden came in as number 4 and then went to 12. He'll be number 7 if we wanted him to. Nope, that's married. He'll be number 14. Whatever. It don't matter what. Yeah.
Who's got number 6? Okay. Let's see what happens in 2024. We're getting creeping up on what?
Damn, what was that? Henry Ruggs?
He said, "No, that's just Las Vegas. Everybody does this. Yeah, we're all gonna die from a car crash." Let's see. He goes 9-8. Todd Bowles does. They win in the wild card playoffs, but lose in the divisional round to the Lions, 23-31. The Lions won a playoff game. So, looks like the Pro Bowlers are Mike Evans, Baker Mayfield, Tristan Wirfs, and actually Winfield is an All-Pro, Antoine Winfield Jr., and then also so is Mike Evans. Right? But Winfield Jr. was a first-team All-Pro,
and he drafted him. But he also brought Baker Mayfield there too, right?
That's what I'm looking at. Let me see here. Free agency. Thanks. That's a draft. I'm gonna say they must
He must have something to do with that.
Okay, here we go. Okay, let's see. Yep. So Baker Mayfield is the new quarterback, obviously. Week 1, they beat the Vikings 20-17. Kirk Cousins threw for 344 yards, 2 touchdowns, but lost 2 fumbles and threw an interception at the goal line. And they were able to hang on and squeak out that victory after all those turnovers. Let's see. Baker Mayfield made his first start and threw for 173 yards and 2 touchdowns and no turnovers because, he's being really conservative. But they won that game, and then they turned around and they played the Bears in week 2. And, it's got to be 32 degrees at the time. I think was the game weather. Freezing. So 27-17 in that game. So you start to see they were pretty good this year. At least they started out pretty good. And they ended up 9-8. It's not bad, right? But, obviously not the Super Bowl level stuff. So let's look at the draft. Number 19, they take Kalijah Kancey. Yes, do that. Mm-hmm. Good move. Cody Monch in the second round. Yaya Diaby. I forgot how to say his last name. Defensive end, Louisville. Very good player. Payne Durham. So that's was a 5th round compensatory pick. That's Aiton's tight end from Purdue. Josh Hayes, the corner from Kansas State. Trey Palmer from Nebraska. So it looks like they hit a lot on the 1st round pick. Sometimes pretty good on the 2nd. But then in the 3rd and 5th and 6th, they're getting quality players as well. Would you agree about that?
Yeah, I'm cool with him drafting.
Looks cool. Like it's a good mix here. It don't look like he does stuff that's like too risky, right? It's like just solid kind of foundational kind of players. Defensive tackle in the 1st round, things like that. So you got to take that for what it is. 10-7 the next year. Tristan Wirfs is an All-Pro. Vita Vea is a Pro Bowler, and they lose in the wildcard playoffs to the Commanders after going 10-7 and winning the NFC South. So, pretty good job by Todd Bowles, I'd say. Let's see.
Todd Bowles better get it together, so he needs to turn that corner.
He does need to take another step, right? Okay, so draft season comes around, and the first round, Graham Barton from Duke, Chris Braswell from Alabama, Tyke Smith, Georgia, and then we got I think it's our third round. Third round is Tyke Smith, and then also Jalen McMillan from Washington, which I thought was one of the better receivers in that draft. Bucky Irving proved to be one of the better running backs in that draft. He led all rookies in rushing this season. Shout out to Bucky. And then some, we got a guard, we got a tight end. Nothing important there, right? What do you think about this draft? Because I feel like there's some players here, really good players that came out of it. But it's not like home run stuff.
Yeah, he cool. He all right. He got some hit. All his picks ain't obvious picks like they fell in his lap. Like Bucky Irving's is a late draft pick. He had some late draft picks that panned out. I mean, so it's cool. Him and Brady get along, so we shouldn't have no issues there. I mean, like, now y'all need to go find a coach now. Remember, let's take it step at a time. At least we went and got the GM first.
This is what I said we needed to do, yeah. I was very happy about that part. I think there's an order to it for a reason. I said this before, you can't have the manager of operations running safety for the job. They have conflicts of interest in their roles, and one will be compromised for the other. I'm going to assume the operations guy is going to compromise safety. Right? So you let a coach run the front office, he sacrifices long term because coaches get paid for what they do now.
Now I really want Gruden because we got a GM.
We do. If he's going to stick with it like this, then yeah, you're going to interview Gruden.
Or I'll even take a prime time since we got a GM.
The longer we're sitting here, what do we say? The more likely it's prime time or
Gruden. Yeah. The longer we sit here.
The longer we sit, because they're not going to
jump out the window and be like, look what we got, y'all. We already did that with Gruden one time.
And what did they do?
It was like, oh,
did
really?
he just take a lap around the Chiefs stadium in the team bus? Oh, hell no. Where's those emails?
Yep. I agree.
RaiderNation. So, why did you take that lap?
That's us moving smart.
Why do you take that lap? He like made us feel they're gonna be mad. I'm like, do you guys realize they're going to hate us regardless, right? There's nothing you're gonna do as a Raider fan that's gonna appease the national media, other teams, hell, half the fan base. They're going to hate you just for being you. It's called envy. Look it up. So just have fun with it because, when you got a chance, talk your shit as much as you can because they'll be talking it when they have a chance. No doubt. Adam Schefter, I thought he was going to cry. He's like, they're not even a good team. I'm like,
he reminded me why I only like to hear him break the news. That's it.
Yeah, stop reporting.
Because anytime he started giving takes and his insight, he started being like too much. Like,
so emotional.
And then he started talking about the Raiders like why you don't like the Raiders so bad? Like,
right, like what they do to you. Very strange.
Like you mad somebody was about to give out the story before you. Like,
for real. You know what? It makes me miss the realest scout on ESPN ever, and that's the late great John Clayton. Shout out to anybody associated with that man. Little brilliant little genius, and yeah, breaking news when I was a kid, the right way, and not with all this weird fill-in stuff and false starts, and I don't know. Schefter been kind of strange, man. Didn't he like kind of put two people like on Front Street, talk about their career in some kind of weird ass way when they died? Like, he should really kind of calm down. Just saying. You know, I heard that stuff kind of carries with you when you start doing that too much. But he was all out of character though, right? Like, you don't really do that. Am I tripping? Or was right, Black? I mean,
no, that I was like, you got an opinion today, huh?
Right. I'm like, we're just
usually you neutral.
Yeah.
Usually you telling us it's either true or ain't. That's it.
They
you start talking about this ain't gonna work, and I don't see this, and
I just don't see how.
Why is that? And I'm like, wait a minute. Is you mad or is you angry? Which one is it? I was trying to figure it out.
Oh man, he said, the issue ain't my baby." Why was he so upset? He was beside himself. He was like, "This shall not stand." He was like, "I don't see it. I don't." He was right. So what? Say it like that. You know what I'm saying? Why you gotta say it like that?
He was like, please go to the Bears. Anywhere but please.
For real. I'm like, dang, you in your feelings. It was I didn't expect it to go down like that. They really went on the hate parade. But I believe that Benny and Benny and the Lions, not the Jets, they didn't show what they needed to show in front of Brady, in my opinion. That was like the big audition, don't you think? And then they did that weird thing. Am I imagining that, or you?
I don't know if it was an audition, but it should have been, because I went into it like, what makes this guy the unanimous godsend of head coaches? Let me see it. Let me see it right here. Not only do I get to see the offensive coordinator, I get to see the defense coordinator on the same team.
Mm-hmm.
And then y'all lose. So to me, that translates, hold up, wait a minute, something didn't work right, because how y'all got this coach's candidate on the defense side, same thing with the offensive coordinator,
mm-hmm.
and y'all supposed got this new, fresh, tough-nosed head coach. Y'all got the number one seed. Then y'all let a team that came in there that was 5-11 the previous year or whatever they were, and they come in and they shock the party. Not only do they shock the party, it ain't because they came in through a haymaker and just happened to hit you. No, they came in there and beat your head in, little boy Rico. Like, they came in and beat your head in, and it looked like whoever if they're gonna lose, they're gonna have to just lose, because it's not an accident that they're playing like this. So, are they really that far ahead of the curve? Is what I'm saying. And to me, I didn't see it, especially when you, like, it's glaring when you have your wide receiver throwing a pass and he throw a pick. So that doesn't help.
His back foot, bro.
That doesn't help. That doesn't help your cause. So You know, like I said, I don't know what made him all of that, but whatever. Because I did see him make some good play calls and all that, but I just know in the playoff game, it didn't equate to a win. So maybe he's not the obvious choice. That's what that translated to me.
Exactly. Now, okay, I just have to say it. Did you guys see the play where he had the kind of wide receiver come in like a reverse motion, and he gives him the pitch? He does like a half reverse, stops, and then shovel passes it to the running
That was dope,
back.
though. That play was dope. You should have ran that on the goal line when you need a 2-point conversion, or something.
Yeah, from like the 4 or 5 yard line.
Yeah, like from the 4 or 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not from like the 2, because it might not have worked the same, but like a passing, it has to be like a passing situation.
Yep. And you're like, oh, wait.
And they're like, oh, they are going to run it. And then they try to run to the boundary, you know what I'm saying? And then shovel it inside. Right.
That's how you use, your fast receiver, right? East-west, make him chase and stop. And all he has to do is a short little pitch to predetermined target. He asked this man to be over here like running, stopping. I'm like, he's not a quarterback. What are you doing? You don't give that job to J.R. Smith guy. You give that job to like Jacoby Myers guy. Okay? Jacoby Myers does everything right. He's at practice right now. Okay? Got a jug machine in his shower. All right? Like, that is who you trust with stuff. All right? I wouldn't even want Devontae running that damn play.
It's like trying to. Devontae wouldn't throw it, he'll just run it.
He said, I'm keeping it.
Yeah. It's like trying to run a flea flicker with Zamir White, knowing that when he gets the ball, he's going to run into the first person that's right there. And then and he never going to get the pitch back to you. Like, that's what that was like.
That was some sneak slander. A flea flicker without running into somebody.
He gonna run into the first person. You know how you supposed to run a couple steps and turn around and pitch it back? He gonna go run right into somebody. Wow.
And fall down.
Like, bro.
You didn't pitch it back.
All right.
Oh boy. Pretty close. That boy. What Ben say? He said he'd run into a light pole in the desert.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, I think that game had an effect on the whole situation. Also, you saw his like speech to the team. What is his personality like? Is he like an extrovert, or is he like more like a Joshy boy?
Mm-hmm. I don't care. That don't be bothering me. But it matters though. I'm not saying it don't matter, because it does matter. It matters. It matters. It don't bother me though, because them the type of people like that's like that. Mm-hmm. If they're not doing their job right, and you go talk directly to them, then it is what it is. They're gonna take it to heart. You know what I'm saying? That's because them kind of people might just be about their business.
Yeah, absolutely. Not a head coach though.
Not a head coach. Yeah.
Coordinator.
Yeah.
But
you can't really even be like that as a GM either. You can't really be like that as a GM either.
We talked about that.
Yeah.
We had one, and then you got no allies in the building. Guess what?
Yeah. They stage a coup.
Listen, if you don't hear no rumors, because they talking about you.
Right.
Just saying.
That's
so
fact.
Make some friends, work friends. They don't have to be.
If you don't hear no rumors, they talking about you.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how that go.
Yeah, that is how that go.
That's why it's always quiet when you come in the room. You're like, oh, Joe seem bored. Oh my God, why y'all so bored but still jovial looking? That's weird.
Because your timing is impeccable. You walked in just in the right time.
Shout out to Jeffrey Gaines. Yes, Raiders all day. All day.
Man,
but I love this. I love this comment. We're gonna bring back Gru and Ruggs because he's about to get out. We was just talking about that.
Yeah,
when is he due for
2026 and like probably in the off season, like.
Okay, so you got to go through this season right
I remember.
Here. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, like, it ain't far-fetched for me, but
If you live in Las Vegas and you're watching this show right now,
it's a little different. Right. You gotta respect that.
Henry Ruggs possibly coming back.
Yeah, you gotta respect.
I'm not here when that happened. I didn't live here yet. I don't know. I'm new here. I'm the Cali guy. Just got here, trying to figure it out. It's a great place, though.
Yeah, you got to you can figure it out in 2 years, though. You might not know how deep the depth of the water, but you know what kind of current going on in that thing.
So, yeah, we're figuring it out. But, yeah, what's your feeling on that whole situation? I wasn't here when it happened. I don't know how deep that went into the community exactly and how people felt about that. My thought is that if he's gonna come back, you have to give the press conference with, he's starting a charity for small dogs and white ladies named Tina.
Yeah, he's gonna have to open up a dog park, dog sanctuary, cause he killed the dog. You know what I'm saying?
That was the kicker.
That was.
Listen, I love dogs. People not that much, but like the dog. Bro,
no, that was the kicker, right? That was the kicker.
Gotta go out like that, burned up. I'm like, damn, the dog didn't do shit, bro. Damn.
Yeah, that was the kicker. Like, like that was like the story was bad enough, and then they just be like, "Oh, you need some extra gravy?" Hey,
it was already horrible. Like you just burned a fucking innocent woman who was just trying to go home and said like have some Haagen-Dazs or whatever, and you just fucked her shit up, bro. She died horribly, and then the dog too, and your little dog too. Like, damn,
even the dog couldn't get out. It ain't funny, but we laugh at the situation, not the people.
And your little dog, they're like, damn, you got the dog and everything.
Right, bro, damn.
Like the whole family, that was her little family.
Like if you was in court and the judge had a little bit of sympathy for you, that went out the window. That was out of there.
The dog?
Right.
It was a cute dog. I'm like, dang, bro.
You know they gonna pop the dog picture up in court and everything. It's over.
Instead of puppy picture.
It's gonna be a big ass.
Man, you can't beat that, bro. You're not gonna. It's a dog. Listen, they say in marketing, it's puppies and chocolate.
Puppies and chocolate. I thought it was babies too. It ain't babies no more.
Babies is too much. They controversial now, bro.
Especially nowadays, because they got babies looking like little people now, so they ain't even babies no more.
Full vocabularies and shit. Like you talk too much and have a
Well, my mother said I don't have to put up with this. You're abusing me.
You go over there. Let's go get the puppies.
We're gonna make you an extra.
Puppies doing wrong.
Right.
Give this chocolate. So the puppies
right. That's so 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 if he decides to do all that, and then I think, like you said, I think his personality will translate because I think he was just a good kid, did the bad thing and got in the wrong situation, and give him the opportunity, give him a second chance, because he's doing his time. He's doing it right now.
Yeah, he will get through all this time. He will have served his time to the community, and then if he makes a proper apology and reintroduction and asks for forgiveness and dedicates his money to actually making something better out of what happened. Yeah. And I know he will have no problem with it because you know why this was the most surprising thing for me. Henry Ruggs lost his best friend to the drunk driver.
Dang, for real? Dang, see, that's another reason the judges don't like that either. Like, because then the judge think you won't learn your lesson.
He had dedicated his football career to his best friend who lost due to drunk driving.
Oh yeah, he was doing way too much then.
Yeah. Last person I expected to hear that about.
Yeah.
It was one of the motivating reasons why I thought he was going to be a hell of a draft pick. He had that thing. I talk about this. Yeah. You're great, and you go through a struggle. You overcome that struggle. You learn how to deal with that adversity, and you have a chip on your shoulder, right? And you fight to prove something, right? And that's where he was, and he was balling, guys. Let's not forget how good Henry Ruggs was playing back then. Man, there was an argument between him and CeeDee Lamb.
I still would have took Ruggs over CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb cool though, but I would still took Ruggs though.
Ruggs was outplaying him, bro.
I just liked him.
Yeah.
I don't like a bunch of Alabama players. Like for real, I don't.
Mm-hmm. I noticed it a bunch.
You know what I'm saying? I don't, and it's not because it's weird because my family from Alabama, my dad like Auburn. I don't like Auburn players either like that. But I'm just saying, but Alabama players, they act like they're in the NFL already, which is fine because they pretty much was. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't never really translate to the league. I'm talking about, especially the quarterback position. But skill positions are a little different because. They still can. It can translate. You know what I'm saying? It can, but it just seemed like default Alabama quarterbacks. I mean, because even like somebody like AJ McCarron, should have been.
You thought it could translate, and
it just couldn't translate, right? You would think it would translate. He had all the stuff.
Yeah, the size.
I think he was married. I think he was even married. I think he even had
he was like
a belief system, all mature. Never was an issue. Probably never was late to practice. First one in, last out. All that.
Athletic enough. Right.
Yeah, athletic enough. Right.
Arm, good base, smart. I'm like, why did this not work?
Why does it not work? Right.
I was like, we should just grab AJ McCarron and the fifth. He might turn into some. He did not.
He did, and he had opportunities.
Yeah, he had a chance to be,
He could have snatched somebody's job.
He was the Bengals quarterback before they said, oh well, that's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So, we'll see. That's interesting. But the Ruggs thing is on the horizon, and it's a thing, guys. Because if he can play, he's going to probably try to play. And then where would you try to play?
Right.
Who's going to give you a chance, really?
Gruden.
Let's shout out to my boy Raider Ryan for joining us. I know we started a little early for a working man like yourself. Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, Gruden give him another chance. Then we can call this a redemption tour.
Boy,
so we can lose in the Super Bowl.
If we do that, then you have to do it. You have to just go all in. You bring back Carr as your bridge quarterback.
Yeah, you got to. I mean, Josh Jacob missed the party, but I mean, it's cool.
Yeah, poor Joshy. It's okay. What's Tywan Jones doing nowadays? You out there? No, just died. This is a beast. So figure maybe he can come out and just give us a little nostalgia. Lamont Jordan, where are you? You out there still?
Lamont Jordan is doing taxes somewhere. I like Lamont Jordan.
Hopefully he's doing his taxes. Don't end up like Wesley Snipes. Yeah, right. So we got that, right? This Gruden thing. It's been like a whole nother hour. We got closer to Gruden, I think.
Right.
So that's your number one, right? You said that the other day.
Yeah, I said that I've been saying that for all this year because I don't care. Like I said, the moment they said it was cool for him to come back, give him back his. When he get to the airport, you know how they do in the movies. You come with the little box with the cigar and the candy and all your filmies in there, the keys and all the whatevers, and the stack of bread and all that. Yeah, you gotta do that because Gruden didn't do nothing wrong right there. I ain't saying what he did wasn't wrong. What I'm saying is, while he was coaching and all that, he didn't bring that on himself. No. What he brought on himself was the fact that the Raiders was actually starting to incline, and they saw the momentum. They was like, "Oh, we gotta stop this before it's going," because he too big to try to knock him down when he at the top already, or near the top.
And I say that because these two things are connected, guys. Henry Ruggs and the targeting of Gruden. Weeks after, what was it? 2 weeks after Gruden was gone. That's when Ruggs had his incident. I don't think it's a coincidence that in the vacuum of losing the head coach, with the assistant coaches trying to scramble and move forward and try to do something under a special teams coach, that a player that normally would have been probably picked up by Gruden himself, right? Didn't know who to call, because Gruden was that guy, right? He was that guy where you're like, listen, man. If you're out there at Topgolf, okay, man, and you had one too many, you just give old Gru a call, and I'll come pick you up.
No.
But if you don't call me, that's your ass. That's your ass.
He's gonna be like, I don't want to see any of you guys out there at Top Golf or anything like that. You want to fucking play with some balls? It's a jugs machine. We got the brand new thing, the 3000 boy. You can put it on the Tom Brady speed. You can put it on the Aaron Rodgers speed. Go out there and catch some balls. All you receivers, running backs.
Pause. So, connected in that way. Now let's move forward with more Bucs stuff, because we got the Bucs GM, and Brady was a Buck, and I love Bucs. Money's good, but not the Tampa Bay Bucs. Strangely, Red Ryan says, so much for Cohen. I heard he got an extension. I was asking earlier, did we interview him yet? He ain't going nowhere, huh?
Man, I'm over the interview and stuff. Just bring on who we've got, man.
You said name it. Name it.
I've been saying that, but you can't but you're right though. They gotta play it out the way they play it.
You gotta do your due diligence, they say.
You're right.
You might get a Tomlin interview, then you're like, oh my God. He came in here and just blew my doors off. Who are they going to pick if it wasn't Tomlin that year? I wonder. You guys remember that? I don't know. Do some research. But Tomlin apparently just came in there and was like, I'm just brilliant. And You love me. And they were like, oh, wow.
No one's never just came in and done me like that.
Ernie was like, my word. I'm verklempt.
I know one thing. Tomlin better get his act together too, or his seat starts sizzling.
It's already a little bit hot there. It's very warm, very, very warm seat. They have to win a playoff game.
Yeah, like what is you doing, bro?
But to be fair, look at the freaking quarterbacks, guys. I mean,
hey, you've been there long enough.
Worson's out there getting himself an iRock Z28. That's what he's working towards, guys. And I told my other buddy who is an iRock Z28
enthusiast,
owner and aficionado and lover, favorite car in the world, and that's A-Train. You know what? He almost had a baby. So you two are gonna have to talk about that whole Z28 thing. You guys might have a car club happening. I don't know. It's a thing.
What color?
Red, of course.
Oh, you just want the police to be like, there you go.
I would do it. I told him you guys can get the red thingy. I'm from Long Beach. I'm not driving a red car. Plus, I'd probably go with the Stang 5.0 with the drop top. I don't need all that. You know what I mean?
How we talking?
I just want room with the drop top.
How we talking?
What's up, Pizzle?
Yizzle bizzle.
Shout out to my boy Pizzle.
Izzle bizzle. Izzle bizzle. Izzle bizzle bizzle.
And the crystal ball is out, guys. He says it's Pete Carroll's time.
Oh man, it was just old boy job last week. I ain't buying it. Ain't nobody job.
Pizzle say, what kind of car? I said that Mustang drop top 5.0.
Yo, quit playing.
With
Come on, Pizzle. Come on, Pizzle. Don't say you can't like Mustangs.
Come on, man.
You can get
the 5.0.
You can get the CHP.
You put them dibs on it.
So
maybe 19s so we keep them clean. You know what I mean?
Right. Plus, you want to be able to take off if you really want to.
Yeah. They say, okay, we got some real concern in the chat here. We're gonna have to get serious. Arnie is here. Arnie, one of our best posters. He says, every day another team gets another head coach. Like always, we will get the third choice. Arnie, we did not want anybody that got picked.
Right. I was about to say we. Right.
We don't want Aaron Glenn.
Right.
Who else? See, look at this. Why don't you all just join a Camaro car club then together, little Camaros.
Oh, here we go.
What color, Pizzle? What color is it? Red, Pizzle?
No, you got no. It got to be burnt orange.
He said,
"Hey, no, Camaros is cool too, though."
Like I would have. No, we can't all have the same damn car, like some little matchy Christmas outfits.
Like we all got, like we all
have a personality. No, that man loves the iRock. The International Race of Champions grabbed his heart. That's fine. You know what I mean? Listen, this Camaro is a pony killer. First off, the Z28, really? Come on now. I love you guys, but it was just the International Race of Champions official car. Doesn't mean it was that fast, right? Oh, he's come around. We're doing it. Pizzle says Le Mans blue. Pizzle, respect. And he said he's going with the blue IROC. That blue was special, guys. That. Okay. Much respect. You're gonna have to have a fight though, because A-Train believes in the red IROC. He's very clear. He had one. You should see his high school photo. He thought he was way too cool.
He was at the moment.
I mean, he did have an IROC 28.
He was kind of cool. You got to count for some points. It might not give you maximum points, but all you got to do is show up. Yeah. You got the keys in your pocket most of the time. Hey. Possession is 9/10 of the law.
Yeah. I don't know how he did it, but he somehow looks cool. So shout out to A-Train. So, it's going to be nice. Of course, the red IROC is nice too. You don't have to say that. We're roasting him right now. Okay. I need this tape for later. Don't ruin my thing. Plus, red's weird. Just going to say it. All right. So, I don't think none of the coaches that got hired or anybody even wanted, guys. I told you guys how I felt about Ben Johnson. I might be wrong. He might be Sean McVay 2.0. But I got a strong suspicion he's more like Mike Martz 2.0.
We're going to see because he playing with the Bears, and if he can flip them,
he's got Caleb.
He him.
Caleb Williams. For all his fingernail polish and crying on his mama's bosom, he can sling the rock. And his pocket movement, stuffy stuff. Stop trying to make him like an on-schedule quarterback. What the hell is happening? Why do teams do this? They take a player who's great at something, and they're like, okay, so don't do any of that. They're like, Justin Fields, you're extremely athletic and you can't read. So we'll put you in the spread offense and tell you not to run. How'd that work out? Caleb Williams needs to improvise. It's what he's best at. You see, he doesn't have to play like Kirk Cousins because he's actually athletic and has a cannon.
That's a good thing, though, that you could perform off schedule.
Right, but they act like they don't want that to happen. They're like, "Oh my God, he holds the ball too long. It's never like on schedule." I'm like, "Okay, all right, it's gonna be okay."
Any NFL quarterback should be able to work off schedule. I mean, on schedule. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Any of them, like any starter. If you got a quarterback that can't work on schedule as a starter, he for sure better know how to work off schedule. And if he can't do both and trying to learn one, oh yeah, y'all gonna be in a y'all might draft another quarterback in 2 years.
Right. Me said it best. I think there's just everybody knows this feeling, that lost feeling I get when the football season is over. You're like, wait, shouldn't I be doing something right now? Oh, right. There's no football. None. Not even college. Like, we need like a in-between football for the fix right now. Can we get a substantially good American Arena League something?
I thought the other football leagues are supposed to be starting. When they start, like
do they still exist?
Yeah, I thought they did.
I feel like they were something, and now I'm not so sure anymore.
Yeah, now I don't know what's going on.
I think it's been too long. Like a whole off season is too much for them.
I thought it was.
He says last. Yeah. last thing on the iRock here, he says, give me the 5.7 TPI with a Corvette engine, and I'll take a Mustang comfortably. Mustangs are cool, not knocking it. Well, if you get to upgrade to the freaking Corvette engine, then you're not racing a regular Mustang. We're saline, bro. And you're toast. It's nice knowing you. I can probably smoke that in a Roush, actually. But the saline Mustang, I mean, maybe if we run like long full dit because you got the 5.7, right? You're gonna top speed, but we ain't ever getting it. I'm gonna be gone before you even.
I thought we only doing a quarter mile. I'm doing a donut after that.
Right.
Figure 8.
Yeah, we're not doing a bunch of others. I'm about to smoke your ass in a quarter, and I can outhandle. Well, pretty much, yeah, saline. Right with it. The vets can handle it. That's one thing, but it's not a vet. It's a Camaro. Handle like that. So yeah, I'm out handling you too. So yeah. Chevy guys. So what will Spytek rot us? Pizzle says I put my own roller cam in it. We're gonna turn it into a car show. Y'all better stop. Y'all better stop. But what will Spytek and Brady focus on here? Now we're looking at the draft, yay. But you know what comes before the draft, guys?
Free agency.
Yep, there's a little thing called NFL free agency. So let's talk about it. Chat. What positions do we need to address in free agency, knowing that there will be a draft, but we don't know what comes out of it? My philosophy is that you approach free agency in a way to kind of fill depth holes. You may find one exceptional player that you love that can, fill a starting position, but mostly what you're looking for is depth. Some of the other kind of less expensive positions, guard, linebacker, safety. A lot of times you can fill those in free agency. But the high value positions, I prefer to draft my own players. Because if they were good at a really high value position, you know where they wouldn't be? In free agency. Their teams resign them. The other rare exception where a team is way over the cap and they got to make sacrifices. Miami Dolphins had let probably their best defensive player go. But usually, if they're in free agency, it's because the other team didn't sign them. Much like Patrick Graham. What happened there, guys? Patrick Graham is out there trying to get a head coach position, coordinator position. He lost the coordinator position to somebody in Cincinnati. I don't even know. I don't know. They made coordinator. I think he was assistant somewhere. I don't think he's getting a head coach job this cycle, so that's really out. We didn't even consider him. Matter of fact, we took an inept linebacker coach and jumped him for the head coach position. Yeah. Just thought we should make that a point. But let's see. He says, we're in a quagmire. If we hire Deion and don't get Shador, we're screwed. How do we assure both? Oh, it's called Deion. How did Eli Manning assure that he was not going to the Chargers? I just want to keep saying that. Eli Manning didn't want to go to the Chargers. He was like, I'm not playing for that horrible team. They're cursed and gross. and his dad played for the Saints when they were the Aints. Think about that. Yeah, they wear bags over their head, and he was like, "We're too good for this Charger."
Y'all know the infamous picture.
Paper sacks. The guy who played in front of Paper Sacks was like, "My son is not playing for this horrible Charger team. It's gross, gross." And that's how you got Philip Rivers. He says, "Yes, what's up, Western?" So, Spygate in full force. Spytek will do great things.
The Spy Hunter.
The spy. They're still the Aints. They ain't do nothing good with Derek Carr.
That game was fun.
Oh man, Spy Hunter.
Spy
One of
Hunter?
the best games. Classic. Yeah, but Arch didn't coach. Wouldn't that be considered collusion at the highest level? It would not be considered collusion. He's not in the NFL right now. He's allowed to do stuff. Totally. And he's allowed to, as a father, have something to do with the decisions of where his son goes. Why wouldn't a coach who believed in a player who happened to be a family member want him, on the team? And nothing wrong with it at all. He has a chance to draft him and all that good stuff. He's a chance to save.
But that would create an issue though, because they would have to hire Deion first though. They would have to hire him first.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, then he got to come out and say, like, look, before he get hired, you got to be like, look, I'm telling y'all right now.
He already did. He said there's certain teams my boy not playing for.
I don't give a darn.
He said darn.
I don't give a darn. No, that's how he be saying. I don't give a darn.
Darn.
Because you know I don't curse. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't give a darn.
I give a darn. Shout out to Deion. That boy real as hell. It's funny.
So yeah, but you know, you could make you can make it known through the league. Like, look, check this out. It ain't even gotta be public knowledge. Like, I'm telling y'all right now, y'all better not pick my son. Like, I'm telling y'all,
don't do it.
Y'all gonna waste a draft pick. Y'all gonna be mad
because he's gonna do some other. I'm gonna go play for. He'll play in that new booty league thing. Be the highest paid player ever. Take a year, go back into the draft again. You'd be like, God, I lost him for nothing. He's not going to play in Cleveland. Don't do it, Cleveland. Don't do it. Just Cleveland's best hope is that someone trades with them in order to get a quarterback. Or, there's no really any hope for Cleveland. They added Amari Cooper to that mix. The sanest person in the building seems to be Jameis Winston, guys. I love me some Jameis, but he tried to eat his own hand when it was shaped like a W.
Hey.
What? That happened. He says, Raider says, as much as I try to look optimistically of Pete Carroll possibly coming here, he needs a successor. Looking at a coach who has to have a coach in case what? Just scary. See, this is the thing. Like, I don't look at it as scary. And I've said this so many times, guys. Listen, you usually don't get everything you want in one little coach package. We know Carroll can build the team up to a level of consistent respectability, accountability, a real system, the stuff where, you win some games and it's sustainable, right? He can Tomlin it with no problem, right? So we got to find the successor offensive coordinator, special guy, right? He's got his sauce and he's ready to take over, in a couple years. And there you go. We'll have our own homegrown Ben Johnson, who doesn't even have to leave his team, but gets to stay with all those players and take the reins. Who do I suggest? I heard you asking. Josh McCown, quarterback coach, Minnesota Vikings, former Raider. Let Josh cook.
Uh-oh.
That's all I gotta say. That's all I'm saying. Just putting it out there. And you say Jameis Winston is that dude. He just kind
That's
of
my guy.
mentally.
That's my guy.
Leadership is
he can be our backup.
He gonna be a preacher. That boy gonna have a whole pulpit. You see Devontae talking about wanting to play in Washington?
Devontae who?
No, he's not. Devontae Adams.
Devontae Adams. Hey, what's that girl name? Tamar. She said you better go have several seats. You better go have a stadium full of seats. Boy, you already used your I want to get out of here free card like a couple of times, so it's all bad, cuz you better be lucky you'll end up in Indianapolis.
Listen, the Jets, Aaron Glenn, are they bringing either one of those players back?
Who? Oh, I don't know.
Rodgers.
That's a good question. I'll dump both of them.
Because, like, if you dump one, you have to dump the other one too, right?
I don't
keep
know.
one,
Probably,
you keep both of them, right? Like, it's one or the other.
You ain't got to.
Really, though? Aaron Rodgers wants Devontae. He decides to come back, and you're like, okay, but we're going to get rid of Devontae?
Yeah, you just went through that with Derek Carr.
Right. Or Devontae gets Derek Carr all over again, but worse. Because he's older and Rodgers is better. So, I mean, I just want you guys to look. Rodgers had a down year. Okay. Oh, we were like,
yeah, he's coming off of a full surgery too.
He's like 44.
That takes a year,
old, right? But he's like 40 something, right? Anyway, he was a shell. He's a shell of himself. Hang it up, right? Hang it up, man. Like, you're 41, going on 50. You just blew your Achilles. Just stop it, man. You're making us sick out there, right? Just how can this be Aaron Rodgers? People said. How far the star has fallen, they said, right? Well, how far did the star fall? Let's take a look at it. 2024, he played in 17 games.
Oh, goodness.
Okay. He completed 63% of his passes for 3,897 yards, 28 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions. Aaron Rodgers' down year is a lot of quarterbacks' best year. Am I wrong? Am I wrong, chat? Now, those stats lie a little bit, right? We saw that he just can't move the same way anymore. Some of those throws just aren't as special anymore, but it's almost 4,000 yards, 28 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions. You tell me you wouldn't take that for the Raiders? Like, are they going to keep Devontae and Aaron Rodgers? Interesting. Would you guys take them both back in a package? Under Todd Monken or something? I don't know. Will that work? How'd you guys feel if they brought back Rodgers and good old Devontae? And he was like, man, they were just it's a bad team, and me and AP didn't see eye to eye. And my Taco Bell's back up and running, and we're good. How would that feel? Listen, I knew something was wrong with that boy when he said he really has a Taco Bell in his house, like for real. What? Have we just glossed over that like it wasn't crazy? Just saying. That's not normal. He said, "Oh, crab legs, Winston."
Oh, I was hoping that wasn't true.
No, he
this boy got a Taco Bell at his crib.
That's what they say.
Well, I guess it's probably the best place for it, where you can just run right to the bathroom.
Shout out to Taco Bell. No slander here. We love you, Taco Bell.
You're right. You know, I'm killing the endorsement deals.
Come on, Taco Bell. You know we love you.
I'm killing the endorsement deals. My bad.
I love a chalupa or something. What is it? The chalupa?
Right.
Everybody loves chalupas. BZ said, Carroll's too old.
We already had this conversation.
You got to be real. We can't make a desperate splash. A ton of other guys. A ton of other guys with no proven track record. You see, you guys, what is up with our society undervaluing experience? Why do we throw away people because we think they're too old to contribute? Can he work, 70 hours a week to be a coach right now? Hell no, he's 73. Does Pete Carroll need 70 hours a week to be a coach? No, because he already knows everything and every shortcut and every fucking thing. Dude, he got his whole system down. He can do that shit in 3 hours while he's eating ribs. Okay?
Yeah, pretty much.
Coaching his sleep. He don't need all that time. What other guys are jumping off the page? Name them. Who is it? Because I know everybody's like, Ben Johnson. He's so pretty.
Is that my daddy?
Is that my daddy? Is that my daddy? Where's my daddy?
That's not my daddy?
I thought it was my daddy.
Right, I thought that was my daddy. Nah, he just was coming through, chilling.
Are you my mama? No. No, ducky.
You gotta be my mom.
I'm an elephant.
I'm a figment of your imagination.
Raider Ryan says, really? Haven't heard that name in a while. Let's see. Yep, wanting to play McMillan. What name are we talking about? I think we mentioned at the time. You have to clear it up from your Ryan. What name? I'm sure it's obvious to the chat, but I got a lot going on here, okay?
Yeah.
And Pizzle just dated himself by saying hella. Only from Cali.
Yeah. I must probably say that till I die.
For real. Man, that's hella crazy. So bring back the 59-cent taco. That would let light talk about.
That's like saying bring back the 39-cent McDonald's cheeseburgers. Not gonna happen. That's hella not gonna happen.
And is that the name that you're talking about, Raider Ryan? Taco Bell. I'm about to eat some Taco Bell.
Right.
Nobody else wants Pete Carroll about the Raiders. That's not true. He was almost the Chicago Bears head coach. That's a crazy statement, dude. He's a Hall of Fame head coach, man. Have you not seen? Why do you hate old people? Have you stopped beating your old people yet, ZPZ?
No, stop.
No, I can't ask him like that. It's not fair.
Yeah.
It's a no-win question. It's a yes or no. Okay.
It's like, are
Have
you
you stopped?
lying now or are you lying then? Are you lying now or were you lying then? Which one?
No, it's have you stopped beating your wife, sir?
Right. That's the police ask you that. You're like,
Mm-hmm.
what?
Like, wait, what? What do you mean?
Only thing I beat is
Then you look evasive. What do you mean, sir? I'm asking a direct question.
right.
Are you no longer beating the hell out of me? Okay. Those green face smiley emojis. He gets to do that because probably iPhone or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out one day. But that's what always comes up for Bizzle. Here he goes. He says, age discrimination is a real thing. Less production equals get out.
Oh.
He went straight to like, I am fully age discriminating. Okay.
That
Standing on
boy
that
said
joke.
with capitalistic society. He's
Can I ask
like,
you a question?
y'all don't do nothing.
Can I ask you a question? Is he doing intense labor as a head coach? Like carrying bricks or something? Will he be staying up super late at night to, I don't know, watch the tower or something? Like, no? Okay. Will he have a team of assistants doing the thing he's always been doing better than everybody else? Do you know who's the coach who whooped every single one of the coaches in our division's ass when they're in NFC? Pete motherfucking Carroll. He owns Jim Harbaugh. Sean Payton got his ass kicked by the Seahawks. Where were the Eagles when he was over there? Oh, getting their ass kicked. He walks in there like, oh, I whooped all y'all motherfuckers. That's how I got my trophy. Isn't that what we want? We want to match them. Match them? How about we get the coach that whooped their ass?
Yeah.
That ran the NFC was the coach of the 2010s. When were they coaching? Curious. Yeah.
It whooped Joe Lewis's ass. He whooped Joe Lewis's ass. So you gotta kind of that is a good point though that he did do all that.
He
Gotta
did.
give him that.
Like your Jewish barbershop man said.
Yeah.
Right? Coming to America. It's a beautiful movie. He might get sponsored by Depends. What are we doing? You see,
You know what? We're not about to do that. We're not doing that.
We're not doing the poopy make funny.
We're not doing the poopy McFunnies. No. We're not doing that. We're not about to let y'all do that to.
Pizzle remembers. Yep, he sure did. Jim Harbaugh was shitting in his pants when he was going to play Pete Carroll's teams. What happened to Colin Kaepernick when he played the Seahawks? How'd that go? Yeah, not so. I think they ended his career.
Pretty much.
They hated each other. It was a bitter rivalry. And Harbaugh got his ass kicked every time. It was great. I hate the Niners. So, woo, that was fun. I was like, man, you guys hate the Niners almost as much as I do. It was great. In Seattle, we got along because of that. You know, the enemy of my enemy is my homeboy. So,
Right.
thank you for those years of whooping the literal dog paste out of those motherfucking Niners, bro. Like, Richard Sherman talking shit. Man. And Cam motherfucking Chancellor. You murderous bastard. What you did to Vernon Davis was one of the best things I've ever seen. I think Vernon Davis stopped playing football after that game or something, right? Pretty much. Yeah.
No, he went to the Redskins after that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he ran to the Redskins.
Vernon Davis is one of
other coast. I'm over here. I'm not.
Yeah, he was one of our clients at the law firm I worked there.
Shout out to Vernon Davis. That was not a good hit that he took from Cam Chancellor. It was a game changer, Uzi, one of those. If he coughs hard, he's gonna drop a log. Okay, so you know what?
We're gonna time you out.
Easy. And I know it means coughs. I know it means coughs. You're one of those people who puts a star by everything you misspell like me, huh?
Yeah, me too.
Weirdo. Just take your misspellings. Fun fact. If we get Carroll, it will complete all coaches in the AFC West or former NFC coaches. That's correct. And that's another fun fact. Only one of those guys was whooping everybody else's ass the whole time. His name is Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll got in their head so bad they were just out there doing blow and playing with guns until they got broken up. Interesting. Weren't the Vikings on a boat with a... Anyway. That was an interesting time. The party boat. You guys remember that? So right. Pete Carroll is the dude who actually has the stuff that we keep saying we want. What do we want here, guys? Do we not want the Hall of Fame guy who already proved he can do this, or you guys want to take a gamble on Munkin?
Man, they don't know what they want.
Huh? Okay, y'all need to come to Vegas. Mm-hmm. Bet it all on red, right?
Right.
Beezy says, it's the wrong hire. In order to become better, we got to do better. What are you saying? But why? What's better? Can you name that better thing that you keep talking about? Because who is better than the Hall of Fame coach who, built two different programs from nothing to champions and is ready to coach our team? Who's better? Name them. I'm here. I'll wait. Chat. Go ahead. Whenever you're ready. I'll listen. Western says, Vernon Davis, when I met Vernon when I worked as a valet, he was a jerk. Also met Silvagoa and Crabtree. Listen, it could be the day. We all different on certain days, man. Sometimes this ain't the right time.
Sometimes you're the fly. Sometimes you're the bug. Sometimes you're the windshield.
Yeah.
So he kind of he's not the most personable person, but I can see how that happens.
Was that before or after he got blown up by Cam Chancellor? Because he may not have remembered.
You gonna blame Cam Chancellor for his attitude adjustment?
Listen, AB ain't the same after that perfect, bro. Go watch that Cam Chancellor hit, bro. Like, that shit was 1984, bro, all over again. Like, I used to have the videotapes, man. He hit him with the Atwater. Okay. Bill said, I brought up Pete last year and got laughed at. So did I.
Well, that was last year. Congratulations this year.
That's right. We were just ahead of the time, Bill. Imagine if it was him instead of a rookie guy who never even coached anything. I mean, who would take basically a position coach who had been like a position coach his whole career, didn't really have too much experience otherwise. He was a head coach for a little bit, and then we got somebody else who was an offensive coordinator for a bit, and then we just jam him into the head coach position. Who would do that? That wouldn't be smart, would it? A coach that is current. He sat out 1 year. Flores. Okay, listen. What is Brian Flores' actual record as a coach person? So I know he's all inspirational, and we feel like he got screwed or something in Miami. But what actually happened in Miami is that he made enemies. How does he fill a staff? I don't think anybody from Miami likes him anymore, and they were on his staff. Just saying. Western State was after the Chancellor hit. He had an Audi R8. Yeah, see, you get hit like that, and you buy an Audi R8, and you start driving fast and being rude because you don't know better. It's hard to remember things from 30 seconds ago. So, just kind of drive fast through it. You know what I mean? Forget all your worries.
What's crazy is, what you call that? Dang it. What the heck am I doing? What you call it? I was working for his workers' comp attorney, so
After that hit, he was like,
so it's kind of funny. It's funny.
I need my hips start hurting. I don't even know why.
I'll be surprised all the injuries that these players be going to go get taken care of.
They don't even say anything.
And all the surgeries they got to go get.
Every player is hurt.
Yeah.
Every player is hurt. The question is, are you injured? There's a difference.
Yeah.
Hurt is like what we humans do. Injured is when you do something so bad your body is like, no, absolutely not. You're like, you sure? You're like, nope. Not happening. You're like, okay. If you say no completely, I mean, we shot you full of cortisol, you can't feel it, and your body's still like, no, we're not doing it because we're not stupid. You're like, okay. That's what injured means in the NFL. Like the thing won't work at all. Because if it's a pain thing, oh, you're playing. You're playing. That's what they pay you for. They shoot you with the needles. That's why when they say, play with no guaranteed money, Max Crosby's like, no.
Right.
Because, no. Because you know what Max Crosby doesn't get? Pain needles. Drugs of any kind to deal with pain. Because he's a recovering addict. So he does it off of raw, just emotional grit and shit. Because he's huge and obviously was raised in a bar in Roadhouse or something. Yeah. Let that sink in. Well, dudes are getting injections. He's just like, gotta walk it off, Remember your dad be like, walk that shit off, bro. That's all you got. Walk it off. Flores is 24-25 as a head coach. 24-25 as a head coach. That's cute. Mm-hmm. Very cute. He almost had a winning record. But he had a full tank season for Burrow included. He is a good coach. Needs a second chance. Wouldn't that be his third chance, though? Am I tripping? I don't know. I just didn't like the first chance very much. And he alienated his whole staff. How do you make everyone that you coach with not like you? It's like it'd be bad to put a head coach without any experience in there who then gets a big ego and starts throwing people under the bus. That would be a mistake. I think I've seen this movie before.
I've definitely seen it before. I walked out on it though. I heard the dude died at the end.
He did. I predicted it in the first 5 minutes. After the first scene, I was like, well, he's gonna die.
Right.
I was like, oh no, he's the third movie. I'm like, nah, bro, he dead. He dead.
He gone.
They're like, that's ridiculous. 2 weeks later. Oh man.
You heard about your boy? Who? AP what? Oh, AP out of there.
Go. Toast. No. We need a real talented coach who's not a retready guy. Okay. And the fact that we aren't taking Flores serious tells me a lot about Brady. Yes, it tells me he's intelligent. That's what it tells me.
Tells me he got something in the word.
Who else is trying to hire Brian Flores?
What time is it? I know who is.
Who? Who's out there chasing him around? I'm not saying he's a horrible hire. He's just like, okay. He's like he would be like a Josh McDaniels hire kind of to me, where you're like, well, I hope he gets it the second time around. But the first time around, people hated him. I'm sure that changed. You know, all those people that like attract hate, how they become the opposite of that sometime in their lives. Nope. Actually, that doesn't happen, huh? Kind of weird. It's like they have some sort of thing in their character that makes people not like them. Yes, it tells me Brady's intelligent. That's what it tells me. Okay. We need, if you're going to go old, retread, well, then get one that was actually good at being a coach. Do you know what Pete Carroll's record is, guys? Let me just recite this for you guys, okay? So, Pete Clay Carroll, born September 15th, 1951. Former head coach of the beloved, dominant, amazing, and altogether best USC football team. 01, 09, and then did some things in the NFL. So you ask, what's his record, right? Like as an NFL coach. I mean, the other guy was like 24 and 25, right? Like, right? What you got? Carroll was in his whole career 181, 131 and 1, so well above 500. Almost a 60% win clip for his total career. And then in Seattle, obviously, kind of hit his stride, right? He went back to USC to kind of learn some stuff after his tenure there in New England, where they were a good team, right? But got taken over the top by another coach. What was that guy? Oh, Bill Belichick. That's right. Strange. So, NFL, if we're just looking at his time with the Seahawks, he comes in first year, they go 7-9, right? But it was the first season that they did not have Matt Hasselbeck as the quarterback in more than a decade. So quarterback switch thing. In his third season, he struck gold. 2012 was that third year. 2010, they were also, I think, 7-9, but made some stuff happen. They started 4-2. They ended up 7-9, but that was the Beastquake year, I believe. Yeah. Last time they had those old jerseys on, old Seahawk jerseys we used to whoop on in the AFC West, and they upset the later Super Bowl champions. the Saints won the Super Bowl like the following year. But that year, they lost 41-36 in the wild card behind Marshawn Lynch, and a run heard around the city. Go watch that run again, man. God damn. Marshawn. You know what they call it, the Beastquake, right? It's not even a joke. It registered an earthquake. The crowd was so loud. But they lost to the Bears the next week, who had already beaten them. And that's a divisional round loss. Next year they went 7-9. And then they got Russell Wilson, went 11-5. He made that Hail Mary thingy. Remember that? Hail Mary to Golden Tate against Green Bay. Who knows what happened there? But hey, they called it a touchdown. Then he went to the playoffs, and they pretty much, they like choked down and destroyed Robert Griffin III. But they lost in the divisional round to the Atlanta Falcons by 2 points in the Georgia Dome. Then they won the Super Bowl. Then they lost the Super Bowl. I mean, is that not a quick enough turnaround for you guys? Can you do that again? I don't know. But what were the Seahawks before you got there? That's all I'm saying. Who is the candidate that has anything close to that on their resume? Who do you trust with this Raiders team? We really can't afford any risky stuff, man. Right? Like, we are in a rocky marriage. We can't be all trying to do threesomes or whatever. We don't have no leeway, man. Okay? Gotta keep it safe. So yeah, I want Carroll, and I am using logic because I'm literally telling you things that are logical. One of them's better at coaching because he has a better record and has achieved things. That is how logic works. You keep saying old man, which is kind of an emotional thing. So just think about that. Anyway, what did he say? He said he got blackballed by the owners for calling out the tank. If Mark Davis is such a rebel, he will do the right thing. Who got blackballed? Who is he talking about? Oh, Flores. Okay. Yeah, he did. He did. That wasn't a very smart thing to do. So. And did it work? Did the Miami owner have to sell the team? Is he embarrassed? Does the league care? No. Does anybody care? No. I forgot it happened. Didn't you? Flores is getting smeared by owners that are colluding to keep him out of power position for keeping their dirty laundry. No, he's not in a power position because he's not good. If he was, then they'd be talking about bringing him back just like Jon Gruden. Jon Gruden is getting more play than Flores, and he hasn't coached in the league in years. Why is that? So yeah, you are using emotion and not logic, and yes, it is nuts. Why would we not want Pete Carroll just because he's old? Like, this is, you got to give me more than he's old. Here it goes. Is Pete Carroll looking to coach football or prance around Vegas and get a thrill before he's senile? Another age thing. I don't know what you hate about old people so much. Did you think he forgot how to coach or something? Like, it's been too many Biden jokes or something for y'all. Y'all just on some. Oh, we can't hear you. Something's up with the volume there.
Yeah, I was like, who is that? VBZ? What's wrong? What's wrong?
He really don't like old people.
What's going on,
VBZ,
VBZ?
is your grandma okay?
I'm an old man. I need a nap. I got a night show tonight too.
We gotta get out of
I
here,
don't need
folks.
no nap,
I got
but
a night show too.
So, but I do have the show lined out for tonight.
I was hoping somebody in the chat was gonna give me anything besides. Are we all just on the Pete Carroll train, guys?
Man, bro, are you my daddy? Are you my daddy?
Listen.
Which one of you my daddy?
Listen.
Just wait till the person come in that don't leave. That's your daddy.
Oof. He says old people are great. Just not in leadership.
Just wait till you get old.
What do you think wisdom is for, man? This is why we are failing. We're not listening to the wise people who've already been through half the. Young people are so funny. They really think that this shit is new under the sun. They really think it's going to be different for them.
It's going to be worse for them. It's going to be worse for them.
Listen, ain't nothing changed but the date, bro. You'll see. All this shit we're going through now, we've been through it before. It's called Reagan. Anyway, down to Make America Great Again was the damn slogan, guys. So anyway, just not in leadership roles. No wise old people in leadership roles. Let's put all the inexperienced young folks up there and see what happens. Roll those dice. We've been doing it so well lately. He said you cannot be an NFL head coach before 31 and not after 60. Okay. Andy Reid, the last 3 years, get the fuck out of here. He's been old and bad coach, obviously, right? Andy Reid, why are you still coaching? Get him out of here. Whew. Man. Barely just said shit. They better hope they make it to get old. 100.
Right. There we go. There we go. There we go.
Right. We are 13 years off the average. Oh, but the Chiefs have the best coach in the NFL, and he's over 60. Explain it to me. Shouldn't he have forgot everything and got all weird by now? Wait, no, Reed can't be great. He's too old, ZPZ. He's over your minimums and maximums. He has to go. Go, bye-bye. Madden rates coaches. Pete Carroll's an 85. Brian Flores is a 73, 74. Yeah, that's about right. Like a C. It's like a middling C. Give me a C, a bouncy C, right? Carroll's that like strong B plus. You get the right combination, it's an A. So hey, I agree, Western. So if it ain't gonna be Pete, next time we're gonna spend some time talking about a world in which Mr. Jon Gruden returns. And it will be the happy day show for Black. Me and Western will probably just have to grin and bear it.
Yeah, we're gonna throw a gangster party.
We have a GM now, okay? So Gruden, come on down, man.
Right.
Will he come? I don't know. He'd have to work with a GM. I don't know if he wants to do that. Because look, man, Tanner Muse, have you seen that guy in his shorts, okay? I'm going to go play for the Seamen.
Wow.
What? He was a coach for the Seamen.
Yeah, I know. I got you.
What he did. He says, as a head coach, Reed is an outlier. Really? How old is Sean Payton? Jon Gruden would be awesome. I don't know. According to you, how old is Jon Gruden? I think he only has like 2 years. Let's see. Oh, nope. Sorry. Gruden's out. He's 61. He can't do it anymore. And Andy Reid's been bad for 6 years now. He's got to go, man. Jesus. Yeah, he's 61. Sorry. No Gruden for you. He's out. Too old. How many championships did the Chiefs get in the last 6 years with that old geriatric too senile coach? Yeah, I don't know, man. Your argument's looking a little flawed. It says Pete Carroll was actually an 85 to 87 overall. See? Very strong B plus in it right there on that A. Jon Gruden, the right thing to do. I've heard this. I'm kind of partial to it. You may be right. As it says, we'll see about that. Pete Carroll is trying to take Gruden's job. That's a stretch. I would say Roger Goodell took Jon Gruden's job. Pause. Okay, he says, okay, 31 through 66. No, you can't adjust your number to make up for the fact that it is wrong. Just drop your ageism. Just stop it. Because are you telling me 66-year-old Andy Reid is like physically younger than Pete Carroll, who is like doing push-ups right now? He's doing push-ups and like, grilling asparagus, right? And listening to like Mozart or some shit. Okay? He's fine. Now, Andy Reid, I mean, every time he goes to sleep, you're like, autumn burgers. Gruden is a nostalgia pick. I like him too, but you got to pick with the chart, not your heart. Okay. We're going to do this. You're going to be here, and we're going to talk about this Gruden Carroll thing because I'd like to see that matchup myself. I think it would be compelling. Let's look at the two different records there. They both have the same amount of Super Bowl. All right. You got anything you want to get out of here before we skedaddle? We got 267. Yes, please hit the likes.
Yes.
And see it. Go subscribe to my boy Black's channel because everybody hates Black. EPH. Right. And come back later tonight and watch us get crazy in a couple hours. Yeah, I'm sure Beezy will be there. He can tell you about how nuts it be over there. Every year in NFL, after 60 is a dog year. Boy.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to compile these and send them to you when you're old.
Right.
Mm-hmm. That's going to be your birthday gift, Beezy. When you're like 55, drop these on you. He says, 216, hit those likes. Good job, Beezy. You going to forget that when you're 55? Stay on while the dial is high. I hear you. Hit them likes, yo. 246.
Yeah.
Black's got to go before he passes out in the middle of our water park as the host. And it's bad when the host falls asleep.
It's going to be hard to pass out during that, though.
It is hard to pass out during that. There's a lot of...
it's always a lot of moving parts there. If you know what I mean.
Interesting conversations.
It's going to be good tonight. I think I have a pretty good layout for tonight, so...
Yeah, come check us out. If you want to laugh, if you want to cry, if you want to be a better man or a worse man, I don't know.
Right. We just have an adult conversation at the adult time. That's what I'm saying.
That's what adults do.
Right.
So, All the kiddies in the chat, you're not allowed. Sorry. I assume there's not many children here. It's way too quiet.
Right.
It says tell Black to take a nap and come back for Raider Talk.
Come back for what?
Raider Talk. BBZ's like, don't go. I love it. I know, BBZ. It's been 2.5 hours. What time is the Black Show starting? 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah.
We're just about that.
Yeah, about 9. No, we're close to 9. We're going to start on time tonight, I think. I'm going to be ready.
Time. We got to herd some cats, so it's a little weird. But 9-ish. It's worth the wait for a minute. So, let me say, Andy Reid is a fast food Friday cheeseburger away from heart attack.
Don't do him like that. Y'all, wow. Y'all mean today. What's going on?
Man, y'all. Hazel said, meow. That's right.
Meow.
Meow. Water park.
Yeah, that's tonight. Meow.
If you like kitties.
Water park has dirt. Meow.
So, I think we said it all. There it is. My case for Pete Carroll as the next head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. And I hope I did you proud there, Western. I feel like you were here to supplement that. Me and Western were way ahead of this curve. I mean, woo! When we said it, people were like, you crazy. You think Pete Carroll's not a candidate? 3 days later. He says, try or break a record. Raider fans are fiends for content. Is there a record to break here? Maybe if you got a record that makes any sense here, let me know, and I will attempt it at some point. Probably not on a night where I've got to be in another show in 2 hours. So. But I like the way you are thinking. You can Guinness book it. I got a feeling it's going to be way too long, though. Because people are crazy. Longest Raider live stream, like 37 hours. I don't know. It could go that long just Raider fans arguing. So, not today, guys. Tonight, we shall break and we shall talk about some meow. Okay.
Meow.
So, for those who are going to join us later, I'll see you in a minute. And for everybody else, stay positive. I mean, what else you got? You know, read in between the lines, because that's where it's at. Right here. And stay hot.
Keep it hot.